Hi, Dr. Stacy Shillington here. Hopefully the Wi-Fi connection is okay. I am broadcasting Facebook living to you live from Muskoka up in Northern Ontario. Although it's not really Northern Ontario, us folks from Toronto just call it up north. But I'm here in a condo that I've rented for the summer. It's so gorgeous up here, and I'm just so happy to be talking to you. I don't care that there's a paddleboard like right outside with my name on it, and it's beautiful water and a sunny day, because I want to be here with you, teaching you how to solve your hormonal acne so that you don't have to watch these videos anymore and you can get outside and play. So, hormonal acne in Muskoka. I know what acne is all about, because I suffered from hormonal acne for years. I struggled, as I know that you all struggle, to try and solve it, to find the cure. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. There is not a magic pill that solves acne for good and keeps you healthy and well. It just doesn't exist. First question, do you have hormonal acne? And it's a very big sign that you have hormonal acne when it occurs on your jawline and your chin, around your mouth a little bit, even on your back. So location is definitely key, but it can also be that deep, cystic, painful, the ones that take forever to go away. You know what I'm talking about? Cystic acne in this area, and of course, it may coincide with your period. If that is happening to you, then it's very likely that you're experiencing hormonal acne. It happened to me when I went off the pill. I was on the pill for 10 years, and my acne wasn't really that bad when I went on the pill, but when I came off the pill, it became the deep, cystic, painful kind that lasted forever, that was red and inflamed and hurt when I smiled or opened my mouth or like put my head on a pillow, Like that happened after I went off the pill. And I have to say, it was about 5 years before I really learned how to solve it for good and to get to a place where I never have any zits on a consistent basis. But that's because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, I don't know what I was doing, because there wasn't even really any great internet research out there. A really strong connection had not yet been made between insulin and acne. And, I saw lots of naturopaths. I saw lots of doctors. Nobody could offer me a solution. And I'm like, it's impossible that there is no way to cure acne. There has to be a way. And that's why I went back to school to become a naturopathic doctor, so I can help you, and also so I could help me solve the problem so we can just get on with our lives. So there is one class of hormones that is directly responsible for acne in women and men, but I think I'm talking mostly to women here. And that class of hormones is called androgens. And androgens are typically male hormones. Obviously, women have some androgens. We should only have a small amount of androgens, but if we have an elevated amount, that's when we really get some painful symptoms. Acne being one of them, hirsutism being another, and that's when you get hair growth on your face. Hair loss is another one, especially in this area here. And a deepening of the voice, increased sex drive. Those are some of the signs of increased androgens. The androgens are in women. There's testosterone, which is often secreted from the ovary. There's DHEAS, which is secreted from the adrenal glands. And there's androstenedione, which is secreted from both. And these androgens are converted by an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase and converted into DHT. That's the active androgen. It's also known as dihydrotestosterone, but we just call it DHT for short. And it acts directly on the skin pores and it increases sebum, and that is what causes acne directly on your face and your back and anywhere else on your body, I suppose. But so androgens in women. And so the question is, how do we reduce these androgens so that we no longer get acne? And there are 5 main causes of acne, root causes. These are the causes that actually increase the androgens in the body. So in order to effectively lower androgens, we need to take a look at all 5 of these causes. And it's not like just one of these causes will cause your acne and the other 4 will be fine. For instance, I've never met a patient who has a lot of stress, but yet has no inflammation in their body, no insulin resistance, completely balanced hormones, and great detoxification. It just doesn't happen. All 5 of these causes of acne, they all work together because the body is a holistic organism. One sec, I have to turn on my light. It just turned off. I don't know why it does that. There we go. Okay, so the main causes of acne: insulin dysregulation, huge one; impaired detoxification, another big one; high estrogen, low progesterone. Often these 2 go together: high prolactin and stress. Now I could go into how each one of those causes of acne actually causes androgens, and I can do that briefly. It might be a little dry if you're not into science, but I know some of you like to know how everything works together. So insulin resistance. So insulin resistance causes an increase in a hormone called insulin-like growth factor, and this increases DHT in the body. It increases the enzyme 5-alpha reductase to produce more DHT. Impaired detoxification. It has been found through clinical studies that acne patients tend to have genetic polymorphisms that decrease their ability to detoxify properly. And high estrogen and low progesterone. The high estrogen will directly increase DHEAS from the adrenals, and it will also increase testosterone production in the ovaries. So direct relationship. And low progesterone will increase the 5-alpha reductase enzyme, so there's going to be more DHT produced. And prolactin, that's another hormone that can be elevated, and it can contribute to acne because it increases the 5-alpha reductase enzyme again. And stress. Cortisol competes with progesterone for receptor sites. So if there's high cortisol, there's going to be less progesterone action in the body. And when there's less progesterone action, there's an increase in the 5-alpha reductase enzyme, which leads to more DHT. And also stress also creates something called substance P, and that's more like a neurotransmitter in the body than a hormone, and that directly increases DHT in the body, which increases sebum production. So that's what's going on in the physiology of our body. That's how these different factors of acne actually create the DHT, the hormone that increases the sebum production in our skin to cause the acne. So this is what you want to know. So how do you solve your hormonal acne? Number 1, regulate your insulin levels. The most important thing you can do to regulate your insulin levels is reduce sugar. Don't even reduce sugar, just cut sugar out. If your insulin is all over the place, that's the best thing you can do. There's other things as well. Exercise, sleep, and stress all contribute to dysregulated insulin, but from a dietary perspective, get rid of the sugar. And then your liver. You want to optimize your liver's detoxification. And you can do this by, number 1, reducing your exposures to toxins. And, in my program, I go into this a lot, but really, you want to avoid the 3 Ps. And the 3 Ps are poultry, pesticides, and plastic. And if you can just remember that those 3 things, that will help you a lot in avoiding toxins. And when I say avoid poultry, I mean avoid non-organic poultry. Having organic poultry is totally fine, but non-organic poultry actually contains more estrogens and xenoestrogens, like estrogens that disrupt our hormonal balance. Poultry is the number one, offender when it comes to that. And then you want to support your liver as well. One of the easiest things you can do is in the morning when you wake up, before you consume anything else, have a cup of warm water with half a lemon squeezed into it. This is an amazing support for your liver because it increases bile secretion from the gallbladder, and the bile helps your liver get rid of toxins in the body, and it also helps stimulate bowel movements as well. So it's just a flush, it's a cleanse. So do that first thing. That's a great support. There's also some amazing herbs that work so beautifully with acne patients in the liver. Milk thistle, dandelion, nettle, burdock. Those are 4 of my favorite herbs that I use. And also NAC, which is N-acetylcholine. It's the precursor to glutathione, which is a really important antioxidant that helps the liver detoxify. So that's something that is also helpful for liver support. And you want to lower the excess estrogen in your body. Now, one thing that I want to make very clear is that our natural estrogen that we produce as women and the natural progesterone that we produce as women, when they're in balance, this is the most amazing thing for our body. This keeps our body in balance. It keeps our skin clear. It keeps our mood level. We feel wonderful, beautiful, sexy. The goal is to produce your own natural estrogen and progesterone in balance. Every woman should aim to do that. And that's one of the reasons why the birth control pill is so not recommended by me, because it stops those hormones from being produced at all. Your body is no longer producing the hormones it needs to be naturally radiant, glowing, and healthy. So how do we balance our estrogen and our progesterone? First of all, avoid the 3 Ps, the pesticides, poultry, and plastic. Eat cruciferous vegetables, 4 cups a day. 4 cups a day is what you need. I know it sounds like a lot, but it makes you feel amazing. Your body is just able to process crap so much easier. What are cruciferous vegetables, you may ask? Broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, arugula, watercress. There's actually a lot of them. So Google it, but those 8 vegetables are a great start. And also there's a supplement called DIM, diindolylmethylate. Just say DIM. Darn. And DIM you want to take about 300 milligrams per day. And what that does is it helps metabolize the estrogens in your body so that you don't get that buildup of those excess estrogens that just throw everything off balance. And DIM is actually an extract from cruciferous vegetables. So progesterone is the other one you want. Typically we need to boost the progesterone, we need to decrease the estrogen when we're looking at a hormonal acne in a premenopausal woman. That's typically what we want to do, but I have to say this, I do test my patients because I'm not prescribing things unless I know what's going on with their hormones precisely. And I encourage you to get your hormones tested as well before you start any hormonal herbs or anything like that. So increasing the progesterone is best to make it yourself. Our natural progesterone is like a tonic. The progesterone reacts with something called the GABA receptors in our body, and GABA receptors cause us to relax and be chilled and just like go with whatever in the world. So when you have enough progesterone in your body, you feel fantastic and calm. You don't get anxiety or PMS or irritability or anything like that. you can do some bioidentical progesterone cream. And sometimes when you're in a state of really high estrogen and low progesterone, you may need to boost your progesterone with some bioidentical progesterone just to get out of the rut and to get things moving. But you should be able to transition off the progesterone cream and start making your own progesterone in a few cycles. I mean, the body wants to make progesterone. It wants to make estrogen. It doesn't want to be stuck in a state of imbalance and feeling like crap. And sometimes it's just a matter of us giving our bodies what they need so that they can start producing everything in balance. Now, things to balance estrogen and progesterone together: decrease inflammation in the body, balance insulin resistance, and decrease stress. So those are like things that you do to treat almost any disease in the body. Balance your insulin, get rid of your inflammation, and decrease your stress. So important. Basic, super simple, not always easy, but have to learn how to do it in order to have a really healthy life where you feel amazing. Magnesium and zinc. Those are two minerals that are very important to balancing estrogen and progesterone. Most of us are deficient in magnesium. I really have no trouble prescribing magnesium to my patients. Zinc, it's another story. Okay, so I'm going to talk about zinc just for 2 seconds here because this is really important. And there's studies out there showing that zinc really has a positive effect on acne. I think it decreases acne in 42% of patients. So people just run out and take zinc if they have acne without doing any testing. But you have to test because in some instances, zinc can actually make your acne worse. And this will happen if you have high testosterone, DHEAS, high androgens, and you have low estrogens. And it has to do with the aromatase enzyme. And that enzyme converts androgens to estrogens. And you want to speed up that aromatase enzyme if you tend to have acne. But zinc will slow it down. So I can't tell you how many people start to take zinc for their acne and say, oh my God, my skin's getting oilier. It's not getting better. And in fact, that's what happened to me. So I had to dive in and find out, why is zinc making my skin worse? So that's the bottom line. Do tests, blood tests, hormone tests to find out if zinc is a possibility for you, but adequate zinc is needed to produce progesterone and estrogen in balance. And seed cycling. Seed cycling is a huge secret of mine. I use it every morning for myself. I put all my patients on seed cycling, and it goes something like this. So you make a smoothie in the morning, and for days 1 to 14 of your cycle, you use 2 tablespoons each of chia and hemp seeds. And days 15 until your period, you use 2 tablespoons each of sunflower and pumpkin seeds, raw and salted, of course. And these 2 seeds, so the hemp and the chia, are high in omega-3 fatty acids. And the pumpkin and the sunflower are high in tryptophan. So they support the progesterone part of the cycle, and the omega-3 seeds, the chia and the hemp, support the first part of the cycle, the luteal part, or the follicular part of the cycle. So this is brilliant. If you do seed cycling for about 3 months, you will notice a difference in your hormones. It's remarkable. And it also replaces the need to have expensive protein powders in your shake. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars over the years on crazy protein powders, and I find that my skin actually reacts best when I don't use those protein powders, and instead I just use plain whole foods. Prolactin. So you need to test your blood to see if your prolactin is high, and prolactin can contribute to acne. It increases 5-alpha reductase, that enzyme that increases the active androgen. And there's two things you need to do to lower your prolactin, and that is take the herb Vitex, otherwise known as chaste tree, and decrease stress. And decreasing stress. Stress. Yeah, that's a big one for me, and a very personal one for me. I've suffered with like a lot of stress my whole life. Shit's happened, and things have not always been easy, and I have not known how to manage stress. That's probably the most important piece of the puzzle is, stuff happens in life, but we have to learn how to manage it. And I was so bad at it that 2 years ago I had a heart attack. I'm serious. Anyways, I'm just saying that in passing and then like skipping on to the next thing, but it's forced me to stop and really take a look at stress and learn how to handle it and learn how to handle things in my life that weren't necessarily going properly. And so there's 3 things that I believe we all need to do in order to handle stress. Number 1 is to reduce stress in our life. And let's be honest, we cannot eliminate stress from our life. That's not going to happen. There's always going to be stressful situations and things that we're not happy with or comfortable with. But we have a little bit of control over stuff. Like we can not be late and not procrastinate, not, spend a lot of time with people that make us feel awful, cut down on the number of activities in our calendar. So there's some things we can do to reduce stress in our life. And then the other thing we have to do is increase our physical resilience to stress. And our doing that is like eating better, exercising, sleeping, nourishing our adrenals, taking care of ourselves. And then you have to increase your mental resilience to stress. And when I talk about this, I really have only one word to describe it, and that word is meditation. Seriously, changed my life. I tried to meditate for probably 20 years. I tried really hard. And I just wrote it off saying, I'm just not the type of person to meditate. I'm too anxious. My mind, goes all over the place. I can't do it. And then I had my heart attack. And then I was like, if I don't meditate, I'm like not going to be around to be, to watch my kids grow up. And I was forced to meditate. I was forced to sit there. And it's amazing. So good. So I really encourage you to try it. It's free. It's simple, not easy, but, and it's available to everybody. It's not like some crazy secret technique. Anyways, we'll talk more about that some other day. And then actually increasing DHT, the active androgen that increases sebum production. That's another way to decrease your hormonal acne. And there's a lot of great herbs that help with that, like saw palmetto, reishi, white peony, licorice. And something you can do that's really easy and really effective, spearmint tea, 2 cups a day. That's a great way to directly decrease your DHT. So, oh my God, I can't believe I just said all that. And I really think I have to work on simplifying my Facebook Lives, because I basically just threw up tons of crap. Not crap. This is very important information. But I basically just blawed everything out when I should probably be doing 20 minutes on just one of these 70 points. I'm really sorry. I'm still in the learning phase of doing this, so please be patient with me, but I feel like that was too much. Sorry. So I don't know if I want to leave you with just one takeaway from this whole talk. I think to decrease your hormonal acne, you have to, big pause. You have to regulate your insulin levels. You have to decrease the inflammation in your body. That means cut out the sugar. That's the number one thing you have to do to heal your acne. Get rid of the sugar and meditate. 2 things. No sugar, meditation. I hope that helps. God. Anyways, that's all for today. And for more information, if you really want more, you can visit my website at naturopathicbeauty.com. Also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I promise my message is much simpler there, and there's little tidbits that hopefully are more useful than this cacophony of information I just downloaded on you. And I really want to be with you on your journey to clear skin. And you can tell, I know my stuff. I've been doing this for 10 years, so I feel like I don't want you to miss out on any of this stuff. That's why I guess I just gave so much information. But I know my stuff. I know what causes acne, and I know how to clear skin. So stick with me. Keep following my information. And if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. So message me a question. Okay. Now, I am going to go do some paddle boarding. I'm probably going to do some swimming too. And then I'm going to go pick my kids up from their camp and feed them. Hopefully, I'll feed them something healthy. But it's just so hot up here, I get lazy and I just want to relax. So, fingers crossed I'll get it together. So, thanks so much. Have a great evening. Enjoy the beautiful summer weather, and we'll talk soon. Bye.